Yo, what's going on, everybody? How you doing? You know who this is, the chosen one, Gabriel Skywalker from the DFS Club, coming to you with a special edition of the Skywalker Dfs podcast. I have a young man waiting down there in the back room. You know him as Damon Jackson. It's an honor and a pleasure for me to have him on. Coming off a huge victory where everybody said Pat was going to win. Damon didn't have a chance in hell. All the Twitter, all of us YouTubers, all you guys counted my man out. So some apologies are due, I think, to this young man, and let's bring him on the show right now. Damon, how you doing, my man?
Doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Give me 1 second here. I gotta adjust one thing. Let me grab my my headphones real quick. Let's unplug this one. Okay. Can you hear me now, Damon?
Yeah.
All right, cool, man. So, first of all, my condolences to you, your family, your mom, your wife, your daughters. How you hanging in there, bro?
I'm doing good. Just keep moving forward. That's about it. Can't really do a whole lot about it. So just definitely staying busy helps me a lot.
That's the key, staying busy. Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine. Well, I can. I've been through it. What you're going through happened to me in last January. Same exact situation. It sounded like you went through. Still hard for me to talk about it. I wanted to go out there when I hit that anger stage, man. I wanted to go out there and kick someone in the face like you got to. How are you able to go out there learning that Tuesday that had happened after just talking to him the day before? How are you able to stay focused and say, you know what, the show's going to go on and this fight's got to go on? How did you keep that focus, man?
Just channeling certain things that, you get your perspective from it. It's like you can only do so much when the situation. So I knew that the funeral was going to be the next week, and I knew that there was nothing I could do to really help anyone in the situation, like, family members or, whoever. It was just like me being there and taking the fight. I feel like it would have meant more to them and to myself to go through with the fight than it would have been to pull out and come home early to see them. So, it was definitely rough, but it had to happen, and it was just the way it played out was awesome.
Yeah, awesome indeed. I mean, I didn't. I know we talk on Instagram, and I didn't want to say anything before the fight because I know what happened. You posted it. I found out when the world found out. And I was like, wait a minute, he's got a fight next week, and you're still posting like you're cutting weight, you're doing all this. Your walk to the Octagon, I've watched all your fights, dude. You looked different. Normally you're walking out there, you're staring down your opponent in the ring. You looked like you were just zoned in. Your walk down to that Octagon, you see Pat in there. How did you keep the nerves, the emotions, and everything at bay, dude?
I think it's just years of wrestling. You go through a lot of stuff, and like everybody does through their life. But with wrestling, it's kind of like every week you're having to compete. So it's like no matter what happens, you're at some point in time during your wrestling career, you're going to go through something and still have to go out there and compete. So I think it's just a lot of practice, a lot of reps with the motions with the wrestling. It's wrestling is like the highest of highs and lowest of lows. It's like it's a rough sport. So doing that for, 15, 20 years, it was nice to, have that to fall back on. And, I thought that fight was going to be a lot tougher. So it was nice to go out there and get a good finish and not have to take a lot of damage and be able to get past it, quick.
Yeah. I mean, did the fight, when you say you took no damage, I don't think you took one shot, at least from what I saw. You didn't land anything.
Yeah, no, it was good. About as good as it gets. Yeah, I didn't land anything, so it was nice. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I mean, did it go as you expected? I know you expected to win. I expected you to win. Your fans expected you to win, but did you see it going down the way it went down like that?
No, I don't think anyone could. It's not my style. I practice those kicks a lot. I practice the movement a lot. I haven't really had to use it in the past. It seems like getting the fights to the ground is always my best bet. And you can see like I hit him and hurt him. I knew he was hurt, but I chose to go to the ground as soon as I could because that's just my style. So it's not like nothing really has changed. Like if I'm gonna get someone on the ground, I'm gonna throw a lot of ground and pound. I'm gonna try to finish the fight on the ground, and then if it's on the feet, I can hang with anyone on the feet. I'm starting to come through mentally, like come through with all my boxing and all my kicks and all the work that I've done. It's kind of clicking right now, and which is why I want to get back in the cage as soon as possible. So I'm working on late November, December turnaround.
Oh, okay. Well, I know you, dude. I follow you, and you're always ready. I don't, if they're at
Yeah,
the Apex, you're posting pictures like you're in the sauna. You're like, just in case, I'm
yeah,
ready.
yeah. No, yeah, definitely want to get in there as soon as I can.
Yeah, dude, that's awesome. Now, how many times did you practice that front kick? And I mean, it landed fly. It was so fast, I had to rewind it to show my wife because she missed it. She's like, "What happened?" I'm like, "I think he just kicked him in the face. Like it was so fast." Like,
Yeah.
have you practiced that a lot?
Yeah, for years, I just like it most of the time it doesn't happen because my entries are based off someone kind of come at me real heavy with boxing, or I'm throwing and they're throwing back and I hit my shots. But I'm looking to get the fights to the ground, and that front kick, it seems like when I throw that, then people start throwing real wide hooks, so they throw like an overhand right. So I hit the front kick, and then I usually go straight into wrestling. Like in practice, I hit the front kick to takedown. So that was gonna be the next step, was gonna be to hit that front kick and then work some lead hand, and then if I had to do more, then that was gonna be it, and working the fight to get to the ground for sure.
Yeah, dude. Once you landed it, he did exactly what you just said. He was swinging wildly. You had him hurt you,
Yeah,
dude. And then you took him down. It was like a true wrestling move. I wrestled for forever in high school.
yeah,
And anyone that says that's not the hardest sport, they're like, no, it's football. No, no. Go take a
yeah.
wrestling practice. All right. You got to put a paper or a garbage bag over you to cut weight. You're running up. No. Wrestling is the hardest high school sport. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, that's by far the hardest thing I've ever done is wrestling. So yeah.
Well, that's now so what happened with Pat when he was down there? Did he turn to the ref and say, like, did he verbally say I quit? What did he
Yeah, it was kind of weird because I hit him, and then when he hit the ground, I caught him like up underneath his armpit. I threw a punch, and it hit him real flush, and I thought I knocked him out, and he like went flat for a second, and then I let go of the bar, and I was like punching, just going at him, and the referee was coming in to stop it, and he was like tap tap, that's enough, that's enough. So it was kind of like he was tapping as the referee was stopping it. So there were some issues with some people had taken bets on me, and they weren't getting paid out because they didn't know to put down if it was a TKO or if it was like referee stoppage or if it was a verbal tap. They didn't know what to put down. So a lot of people lost a lot of money because they bet on me, but since they didn't know what it was. But now it's listed as a TKO. So
Oh, okay. I didn't know that because I've
yeah,
never I've seen I don't think I've seen that before. Excuse me, where fighters actually turned the ref and said, I've seen him quit on the stool, but never like
yeah,
during a fight like that. So I can see, wow, I didn't know that because
yeah,
I don't do the gambling part. I do
yeah,
just like the DraftKings FanDuel part, as you know. Wow, dude,
yeah.
crazy. Do you ever gamble? Do you ever bet on yourself?
No, I don't gamble. Like if I do anything, like I'll like $20 is my max. So if I do anything, it's always like I'm in and out quick. Like I don't really gamble. I don't really enjoy it.
Yeah, touche. And I've noticed too, the fighters are like, I'm putting my whole purse on myself. Man, it hasn't gone well for him. It's almost like a hex, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, it's not a good look.
Well, you've now won 4 in a row. I mean, what a comeback. If you don't get comeback fighter of the year this year, dude, I mean, people are going to be pissed. What's in the water over there at Fortis, man? I mean, I just had Sam Hughes on here. She's now 2-0 since joining your gym. You've now won 4 in a row. Everyone's talking about fight ready this, fight ready that. What's going on? Congratulations, man. Are you ranked now?
I don't really know what rankings to look at. There's some rankings that say that active activity wise, like I was like number 6 for points. There's like a point system this guy did, and it was pretty cool. But like with the UFC's website, I'm not ranked, and on Tapology, I'm like 16. So I don't really know what to gauge it off of. But I'm just wanting to get back in there as soon as I can. So hopefully I get a ranked opponent. I called out Danny Gay, Alex Caceres, and Julian Rosa. I called them out, and then I hit up Julian, and he actually and Dan, and Julian has a matchup already, and Dan hasn't responded yet. So hopefully, one of these guys come through, and I get a fight in late November or December.
Yeah, you versus Dan Ige, dude, that would be fireworks. That would
Yeah,
be
I
fireworks.
think it would be a big fight. He's a tough dude. I mean, he's on a 3-fight losing streak, but if you look at the guys he's lost to, you can't really hold that against him. So, I would love that fight for sure.
Yeah, dude, let's keep it rolling. I mean, 4 in a row. I mean, your first run didn't go as planned. I mean, how you must, besides the tragedy, which, I know it's in the back of your mind, it's still in the back of my mind from mine. Besides that, like, you got to be riding high right now. Like, you got to feel like, are you feeling like I can beat anybody? I can beat anybody in this division. Does that go through your mind?
Yeah, I see plenty of holes in everyone's game, especially with the wrestling and the jiu-jitsu side. There's a lot of guys that have a lot of hype because of their striking, but if they were to strike that way against me, I would take them down, and they couldn't hang with me on the ground. So, like, there's not anyone that can't lose. So it's like going out there every fight. If I were to take a short notice fight because like a ranked fighter fell out or something like that, then I would have full confidence going in there, and then going out there and having a good performance like my last fight. It definitely gives me more confidence, and just builds off. 4-fight win streaks not easy to do in any promotion, but in the UFC it's really hard. And it's not like I'm taking all these like what they call prospects. I'm fighting all the prospects coming in, and it's not like I can hang with anyone. I'm just happy that I get to prove it, and I get to have these big fights. So hopefully Dan Inge or Alex Caceres, one of those fights come through, and if not, then I want to fight whoever wants to fight me. So
Nice, dude. I want to get you in trouble. But do you ever talk to Dana personally or no?
I've only done that once, and it was because it was a very crazy situation down when we were down in Arizona for or yeah, I think it was Arizona for Macy's fight, and then that same night, Cowboy his Joe Lozon fell out, so I was trying to get in on that fight the day of, but that was the only time I've ever reached out to Dana personally, like because I have his number. I don't want to be an asshole. I have a manager for a reason, so.
Yeah, Macy too. Like, all you guys are just unbelievable. I mean, I love your coach. I mean, you can hear him, especially in the Apex. You can hear him yelling. On
Yeah.
TV, you can hear him like clearly. So I'm sure while you're in the Octagon, you can hear Coach yelling. But yeah, Fortis MMA, man. You guys gonna expand? Like, what's the future of the gym, dude?
Yeah, I'm actually in the middle of working out a deal here in Rockwall. I'm going to open my own gym, and it'll be a Fortis MMA affiliate. So that'll be something that happens this year. I wanted to have one more fight, so hopefully I get that lined up so I can kind of do both at the same time and just kind of game plan it. But I'll be opening the gym, this year, and then going into next year will be like the grand opening for everyone. So. But it's mainly going to have a focus on wrestling and grappling. But, I'm definitely going to make it like an MMA type gym, where it won't be the same as Fortis, but it'll be very similar.
That's awesome, dude. I can just imagine going in your gym. I'm going to go to Damon Jackson's gym my first day. Damon smacks me around a little bit, throws me around a little bit. So someone's like first day in like a gym, like me, I'm 45. I still want to go out there. I still think I can still wrestle. I still think I
Yeah.
can. I want to join a local MMA gym. All I have out here is AKA, and I'm not at that level. I'm not young enough either.
Yeah.
What would be like someone's first day, like me, that walks into your gym and signs up? Like, do you guys go easy on them, or do you smack them around a little bit?
Yeah, no, like you would get like it's like one of those things where it would be amateurs kind of stay in their own little groups and stuff like that. But as far as sparring goes, if you have someone that's like first day, you would be better off sparring someone that's been fighting forever, because they know like how to hold back. And whereas you get two amateurs going at each other, they're going to knock each other out. So, it's definitely, easing into it. You got to go with someone really good so they don't, they know not to hold back,
Always ask everybody this. When you spar, in your sparring partners, first of all, who's your favorite sparring partner?
Right now, I'm training a lot with Abdul. He's been a really big. He just fought in Fury the week after me, so he's killing it right now. He just got a TKO, like, huge win over a guy that's been fighting forever. So he'll be on the contender next year, or he'll be short notice call up for the UFC. So he's been one of my main partners. But there's a mix of a couple people, but him and EJ. Elijah Johns. Those were two of my main training partners.
Nice, dude. I asked Sam this, and she said her and Jen go at it. Do you go like full, like, everybody's different, every fighter's different. When you're sparring, do you guys go back, or do you guys go out? Just like,
nah, you don't go all out. You definitely get pushed, but, like, if you're the one in the middle and you have, like, 3 or 4 people coming in to fight you each round, someone new, someone fresh. You have to kind of go. You have to push them. If you're the one coming in, you have to push the person that's in the middle, but you don't want to, like, hurt someone when they're prepping for a fight. So if you see their chin's wide open, you kind of hold back and you maybe hit them in the body instead of the chin, or like you'd want to gas someone out, make them tired more than hurt them. You don't want to hurt each other for sure.
That's because you're a true professional, man. I mean, you got, like, I'd be terrified of getting there with, like, Sean Strickland or something. These guys don't hold back, man.
No, yeah. A lot of dumb fighters, but we have a good coach that keeps everybody grounded and well-rounded, and just there's no egos.
That's good. That's good, because egos can get you in trouble in there, as you know.
Yeah.
Definitely wrestler to wrestler, man. So let me ask you. So here's another topic that's going around too, is bringing your kids to fights. Would you have 4 daughters, correct?
Yeah.
Would you ever bring any of your daughters to any of your fights?
No, like, I told them that, like, because I know that the UFC doesn't come to Dallas a lot, but I did tell the girls that I was like, if the UFC comes to Dallas, you guys can go watch it. But, like, I know that they won't watch it. I know that they act like they want to go and they say it. And so instead of me fighting them all the time and, like, saying, no, you can't go, I just said it. I was like, yeah, if they ever come to Dallas, you can go. But, like, I would never bring my kids to Vegas. I would never take them somewhere and make them sit in the stands. And, because, like, even me being a professional fighter, I don't even like seeing my teammates get hurt. So if I were to watch someone that was in my family like that, like my dad or, my brothers, like, it's like, if I were to see that and, like, see them get hit and knocked down or bleed or whatever, it's like, it would be too much. So, like, I would never want them to go, but I told them that I told my oldest, I'm like, yeah, if you want to go, you can go. And she was like, oh, I don't even like watching on TV. So I was like, I knew that, like, as soon as I say they can go, they won't. But if I tell them they can't go, then they want to go so bad. But, no, they won't be in the stands though.
4 girls, though, man. I couldn't imagine. I saw my brother that passed. He had 1, and I saw what he went through, especially the teenage years. Do you know what to expect coming? I don't know their ages, but I'm assuming they're young because you're young. But once they hit those teenage years and you got boys knocking at the door, dude, like, how are you going to handle that?
No, they're all pretty good. I train a lot of kids, boys and girls, in wrestling. So I've kind of found that out over the years that girls are just so much easier than boys. And I think if they have steady rules, then they don't slip up as much. But like, me and my wife are both young, and my oldest is 13, so it's 13, 11, 8, and 5. So they're spread out pretty good. But we've learned a lot, with my oldest, as she gets older. It's like we don't know what the rules are. We're trying to figure it out as we go. But it's just definitely I'll have to struggle for sure in a few years because they're all going to be teenagers at the same time. So I'm sure it'll be fun.
Hope you have a lot of bathrooms, man.
Yeah, yeah. No, the house I'm building a house right now, and they all have their own bathroom, so that'll be a good little break. Because right now we're in an apartment until our house gets finished, and it's been a nightmare. Like, we have two bathrooms in the apartment. It's like crammed up. It's too much, man. So it'd be nice to get in the house.
I can only excuse me. I can only imagine yeah, just with the two bedrooms. So including that, and you might be got five ladies in there, and you're the odd man out. Does your 13-year-old, does she do any sports?
Yeah, yeah. She wrestles,
Oh, nice.
volleyball, and she did a little bit of track last year, and she played soccer her whole childhood. So she kind of mixes it up a lot. But I'd say like her best sport or her favorite sports are wrestling and volleyball.
Oh, here we go. You know where that's going to lead, Damon. How would you
Um,
feel if she said,
yeah,
"Dad, I'm 17, Dad. I want to fight in the UFC. I want to learn some jiu-jitsu, some Muay Thai."
yeah.
Would you be
No,
down for
I
that?
mean, whatever. I mean, if you like, I tell a lot of the kids that I train for wrestling, they come to their parents and they say that they want to start doing fighting or they want to do whatever. And like, if you got a kid that wants to put the work in, you can't hold them back from it because honestly, it's safer than playing football. It's safer than boxing. It's safer than cheerleading. Like, it's safer than a lot of these sports that are like just normal everyday sports. But I think MMA is like one of the safer things as long as you have a good gym to train at where you're not taking a lot of damage in practice. Like, it's one of the safer sports. So if she ever comes to me and really wants to put the work in, then I'll make sure that she is doing the right things. But her wrestling is just insane. Like, she started wrestling last year was her first year, and she went 16-1,
Oh,
and she
nice.
lost in the state championship in triple overtime, 2-1. So
Oh, shit.
yeah, she was a freak, man. She's like just a good athlete. All my kids are great athletes. So I'm definitely ready to see them, come back to this year for wrestling. They're all gonna do it this year. So
Oh, man, that's awesome, bro. How
yeah.
to You and I both know what overtime is. A lot of people might not know that one point. It's whoever gets the next point. She went into triple overtime,
Yeah,
and
triple
then
overtime. It was crazy. It was the girl, she had a tight waist on the girl, and they got up and the girl was trying to run away, and she locked her hands, and they were like almost out of bounds, and the girl had stepped out of bounds, and Jocelyn had one foot still in bounds. And so Jocelyn lets go of her thinking that they're gonna reset, and then when she let go of her, she got the escape point.
uh,
So that's how she won. But it was just crazy. It was it was so cool to watch her go through the same thing that I did whenever I was in seventh grade. That's when I started wrestling. So it was cool to see her go through all the struggle of wrestling. It's just a tough sport. So definitely changed her as an athlete and her mindset and stuff. So she'll be good to go this year.
well, that's awesome, dude. The only thing I would worry about is this day and age is they're letting guys like wrestle with.
Nah, not in
You know,
Texas.
I
No,
didn't think so in Texas,
no,
right?
not
They
in
don't play that
Texas.
shit. Okay,
No, they
good.
don't. They don't. No, that they have all girls for a reason. They have all girls everything. So they have weight practices, weigh-ins. They have tournaments. Everything's different. Everything's all girls. So, um, you know, yeah, that stuff's not in Texas.
I didn't think so. Yeah, that was my little girl in there, and there was they put a boy out there. Sorry, a boy.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, there'd be some problems, dude. Like I'm this close to moving out of this state. Um, man. So yeah, the reason why I asked you about that you watched because I saw Kamaru's daughter, and she was, after that brutal knockout, he was
yeah,
she was, oh my heart bled for that little girl. And
yeah.
sometimes you do
No.
see like Sam, a friend of mine, Smiling Sam, he brings his whole family, and I'm just like Sam, and they're like, oh, they're used to it. I guess everybody's different, but uh,
Yeah, no. I just don't think it's not normal to get hit in the face. Like when you get punched, when you see someone get punched in the face, like even me to this day, I see it. I'm like, oh, dang. Like, it's not normal. So what, having a kid to explain it to them is already hard enough. So doing it live when you don't know the results is going to be, it's kind of sketchy. So for myself personally, I would never, bring them in.
yeah, I don't blame you. I wouldn't do that either. That last pay per view where they switched up all those fights and all that shit that went down backstage, like we don't get to see that. We don't get to see what goes on behind the curtains. Does that happen a lot and we just don't hear about it, or is that just an isolated like incident where everybody just
Um,
had it back there?
I mean, you get around fighters like whenever you don't have beef and you're just kind of like, I just hit up Julian Rosa and asked him if he wanted to fight me. So we had a very casual conversation about the fact that he had a matchup and that we're gonna end up fighting each other eventually, and like it was very calm. So I think it's just, you got idiots everywhere, and there's a bunch of dumb fighters that that have to have that beef just to get in the cage with someone. I don't have to have that. For me, it's just competition. So I think that every fighter is a little different, but the way that these guys carry themselves is not professional. And I wish that people didn't love seeing it, but people view it and they watch it and they like get all into it. And it's definitely part of it's not the sport, it's just the world. That's the way the world works with, people like that drama. But as far as like people fighting backstage, that never happens. That was either someone was scared and they're trying to like make something happen so they didn't have to fight. And I'm not going to call it names, like people making beef there and doing things that they knew would get them in trouble, or they knew that would cause something. And, things got switched up. But, just people are idiots. There's a bunch of dumb fighters for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna name names either. I'm with you
Yeah.
there, dude. I mean, it's you're a professional athlete. I mean, believe it or not, there are kids that look up to you. I mean, I really got on the UFC when COVID hit because Dana
Yeah.
and you guys put on that show when every other sport was shut down. So that's when I really got into it. And ever since,
Yeah.
I've been like, this is the greatest thing. What? I mean, I tune in every now and then, but this is the greatest damn thing I've ever seen in my life. Um, so yeah, I mean, Damon, like you're so professional, dude, and you don't talk. You're not one to talk shit. I've never seen you do it. Sure, maybe you might in the ring or in the octagon, sorry, or whatnot, but true professional. Um, it's been a pleasure having you on here, dude. And you got to get some merch or something, man. Not wait. Are you gonna keep Action Jackson, or are you gonna go back to the Leech?
No, I think I'll always have the leech as my style and stuff, and I think that that'll be something that I'll always have that. But Action Jackson, like it just means a lot to me because it's a good reminder. Just like it's like you don't have control over a lot, and you don't have a lot of time, and you got to spend your time wisely. Just because I think about my brother since then. It just is, you don't know when you're gonna go out, so it's like it's just a good reminder for me to hear that name is different. The leech means a lot to me, and it's my style for sure, and I won't change my style. But I'm gonna keep Action Jackson just because it means a lot to me. It's a good reminder too, just to take advantage of everything that I've been given. So
Yeah, that was your brother Bradley's football name, correct? His nickname for
yeah.
football.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And I'm gonna bring on a couple of fighters. I believe next month because I'm gonna raise awareness for men's mental health right now because right now suicide for males is at an all-time high. And I think it's just a lot of guys just we keep it in. We don't like to show our emotions around our ladies, our wives, our daughters, our kids. Um, I mean, losing somebody close to you is you can't explain it. Um, what advice would you have? This is the last question. I'll leave you with this. What's the advice you have for someone like me or someone like anybody else out there? I've lost everybody, my mom and my brother. I'm only 45 years old. What advice do you have for us to stay focused, to go on with our everyday lives, and live a normal life? What advice do you have?
I don't know. I just kind of like, I think it's just, you got to, like, everyone has goals. They might be, way smaller than fighting the UFC or fighting for a title or whatever. But it's like, everybody's got goals. And I think that just staying focused on like your own, like yourself and what you have control over is the most important thing. And so like, just got to keep moving forward. And, I had hundreds of people messaging me on Twitter and Instagram about the whole thing. And, it brought a lot of light onto like how people think about things. Like I never once thought about not taking the fight. I knew that I had to because it was like the best distraction ever, like cutting weight, prepping, and doing all the things like that. So I think like, staying distracted with, staying busy, either working more or like trying to figure out something new. I think those are, great things to keep your mind busy and to keep moving forward, because you don't really have control over things like that happen. Things like that happen to everyone, but you don't really have control over it. So you just got to, keep moving forward with whatever you're doing.
That's good advice. I don't know if it's happened to you, but I question my own mortality. I go to the gym every day. I do what I'm supposed to do. I run every day with my dog. But now I find myself like, because my brother was only a year and a half, we're a year and a half apart.
Yeah.
And I question my own like, God, I don't want to die now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, you should live like that. It's like, you gotta think that way, and it should scare the shit out of everyone to think about it. And I'm not scared of going in there and fighting and dying in the cage. I'm not scared of like driving in my car and things like that, because I don't know when it's gonna happen. I don't know what's gonna happen. It's just like, you got to do things, and it's like, for me, it's like going all out with MMA has brought so much distraction to me, and it's kept me so busy that like I'm building this huge house, and I have no clue how I'm even in the position to do that, and I don't know how I'm in a position that I'm about to open my own gym. Like, I don't know how I have 4 kids that are, they have whatever they want. And it's like, as long as you keep your head down and keep working, it's like, it works its way out. You'll figure it out as you go, but you got to stay busy.
You definitely are going to be busy with the new house, with the daughters, lovely wife. Your whole family was in the stands. I think that's what got everybody too, was seeing your family's reaction, your mother, your wife. God bless you, man. Like, I don't know how you do it, how you did it. I look up to you. You're that story that you have. I mean, it's a true inspiration. And sounds cliche, but it fucking is. Like, a lot of people are going through a lot of shit right now that could never go in there. Like, I'd love to kick someone in the face, and I'm like more angry now than I used to be. You got to do it. I don't even know what I'm saying, but you're a true inspiration. Thank you so much for coming on the show. This is your second time, and I appreciate that. The first time we had some technical difficulties, and I almost threw my computer out the window. But yeah, dude, thank you so much. I know you don't have to do these type of things. It's fighters like you that I will always have your back. My subscribers will always have your back. If you ever need anything, I know you don't know me like that, but you can always reach out to me. I got you. And I'm trying to give Damon money here. I like to pay people to come on my podcast. I'm trying to like get some merchandise, something, Damon. So when you get that merchandise, dude, Damon Action Jackson, I want all of it. So keep us updated when the merch is coming out, dude. Do you have a date or anything for merchandise?
No, I don't. I haven't even really. I had people hit me up about it, but I haven't even messed with it. So maybe I'll get something before the next fight. But it's honestly, it's just that it's kind of a headache. So if someone else wants to do it, that's fine. Like, I don't care, sell it. But yeah, I don't have any plans yet.
Okay, well, I'm gonna keep bugging you about it because I'm trying to get, excuse me, I'm trying to get some merchandise. So, you have anybody you want to shout out? Anything you want to say? We have some viewers in here. The floor is yours, young man.
No, man, just I have all my social media is the same. It's Damon B Jackson, and you guys can follow me on there. I don't do a whole lot on there, but you guys can follow me on there, and hopefully I'll have a fight this next week or so, and I can announce it.
I wouldn't be surprised. You took no damage, and if you guys don't follow him on Instagram, and you're a UFC fan, what are you doing? Follow this man on Instagram. He's always you'll have a few laughs because every fight weekend, and if they're at the Apex, he's there. It seems like Damon's there cutting weight, and he's putting like, I'm ready. I'm just waiting for the call.
Yeah, it'll happen. Yeah, it'll happen.
Savage, bro. That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming on again. Thank you, everybody that's tuning in. If you're watching the replay, leave a comment down below. Damon will read them, I'm sure. And thank you so much. Thank you, guys. Love you. God bless you. We're out of here. We'll see you in the next one, guys. Thank you. Take care.
All right, man. Later.